what's going on, everyone? It is B. Avery here for another television recap of Power Season 6. We are talking about Episode 9 titled Scorched Earth. Now, we had a break last week. It ended on a cliffhanger with Tasha killing Lakeisha, and that was just crazy. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know when Power was coming back, but now it's back. Again, my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Just My Opinion. I do appreciate it, and if this is your first time finding me and you want more Power recaps, other television show recaps, you know, me talking about entertainment news, movie reviews, trailer reactions, anything like that you think is cool, please right now click on that subscribe button. And not only will you get to see all of my content, you get to see this gorgeous, pretty face right here. I'm just kidding. But let's go ahead and talk about this episode. And of course, I will be talking spoilers. This show is freaking crazy, man. These things are happening. More people are dead. Relationships are torn. I don't know. So Tommy walked in and saw his lovely, it was about to be his fiance. You know, she was going to say yes. You know, brains, I said Blaines. Brains splattered all over the floor. You know, and it just opens up with him, a close-up shot, and you can see his eyes are watering, man. He's really hurt. He doesn't know what to think. Of course, we know, I'm thinking like, okay, he just thinks it's ghost. And of course, later on down in the episode, we kind of find out, yeah, he does think it's ghost, but he can't prove it. When he was having the conversation, not with Benny, but I forgot actually. I got it written down here, but Tommy thinks it was Ghost that killed him or whatever, and he just doesn't know what to do. I mean, he looks mad as hell. He really does. And what's interesting to me is when we see Cash, he's asleep, and later on when he was talking to, I think he was talking to Rodriguez when he was saying like, he wasn't talking to Rodriguez. He was talking to somebody like, where is Cash now? And he was like, he's with his father. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought Lakeisha said that his father was in jail. So I'm kind of confused on who that figure was. I mean, of course, he has to be somebody that Tommy trusts, or you're not just going to drop off a child. But I really do want to see, I hope they don't just skip over this. I want to see how Cash reacts to his mother, being executed, unfortunately. That's just horrible, man. It's just too much death. Now, initially when Ghost was in that new building, I thought that was going to be his new crib, but he's trying to open a legitimate business. We kind of found out later on that, he's going to be going to Jason. And, seeing the way that Jason was treating him, in previous episodes, I'm just kind of surprised that the way, just Jason's rapport and his demeanor as he was actually sitting down with Ghost, at the table, and they're trying to work out this deal. He's like, hey, man, this is a clean money, a legitimate business, I mean, I know they're not friends or anything like that, but, it's just that from what happened and, them pulling guns on each other, or Jason's pulling guns on Jason, and Jason, this man, pulling guns on Ghost and things like that. I wasn't expecting it to be, this relaxed in between those two as they're sitting down trying to get this deal going on that Ghost wants to do. Now, jumping over to Governor Tate, or soon to be Governor Tate, well, actually, probably not anymore, and Ramona. Of course, that relationship is falling apart, but Tate's, his competition is wanting to pick up Ghost because she wants the black vote, and I kind of like Ghost is like, okay, lady, let's just look. You want the black man as your friend to get the black vote, and she's like, I like this guy. He's pretty smart or whatever, and so that's interesting there. And we kind of found out later on that they kicked out Tate or whatever. And he's, I wonder if he's just gonna, wave the white flag and just kind of give up and like, just take this L and be like, okay, I lost. I was in, but now I'm out. Ramona quit on me. My running mate, or not my running mate, but my competition now has Ghost as the running mate. Or is he just, wave that white flag, or is he just going to, try to get revenge on Ghost even more? Because, he pulled the permits for the project for their late daughter, Ghost and Tasha's daughter. So I'm really interested in seeing how that's going to work. But Ghost ends up calling Tommy, and Tommy's just looking like crazy, just like, You know, just and I don't blame him, man. His woman is dead, you know, and not just dead. I mean, he walked in on her, you know, 2 shots, one in the stomach, one in the head, you know, and we see that in his phone it says G, and I'm assuming that's for Ghost. And he's like, yeah, I planted the gun, you know, all this stuff, and Tommy kind of like, you know, playing it cool or whatever. And, you know, we kind of found out later on that, you know, the gun was not in the elevator. You know, Tommy set up Ghost and is teaming up with Jason and sent him that text and was like, you know, hey, Ghost is trying to kill you. You know, Ghost finds out that the gun isn't there. He's like, oh, crap. And I was thinking to myself, like, bruh, how obvious are you making it, man? You're going to just bend down randomly and just tie your shoe and then reach around. Like, what is Jason doing right there? You know, but Jason had that wire, like, either around his wrist or bracelet or in his watch or something like that. And that was pretty crazy. And I like that hand-to-hand combat, you know, close up and, you know, not a controlled space, but a closed-in space in the elevator. You know, we got the aerial bird's eye view shot coming down. And Jason kept doing, like, you know, hitting him with the throat and going like this. You know, Jason is not no small dude or whatever. You know, he was coming with them hands and them E-Honda Street Fighter Palm 100 hand technique. No, I'm kidding or whatever. But, you know, he can handle himself, you know, and when you live in this lifestyle, you know, you have to be able to. But, you know, Ghost got the jump on him and choked the living hell out of him, man. Like, goodness gracious. I mean, you know, his acting, his performance, you know, in this role was just quite stellar. You know, he took it up a level. I hate that it's to where he is choking someone to death, or where you have your ex-wife, you know, pinned up against the refrigerator because, you know, we can't be having no domestic violence and stuff like that. I don't care how pissed off you are. You don't be putting your hands on your woman and stuff. That's just, or your ex-woman. You just can't, unless it's self-defense. Or the only way, you know, she steals $1 million from you and I don't know, or extracts your child or something like this. There's some extreme circumstance. You can't just be putting your hands on your women. But I'm just saying, you know, at that scene right there when he had Tasha pinned up against the refrigerator, and when he was choking the hell out of Jason, you know, that he was really looking like some crazed demon right there. But now, what doesn't make sense to me, and help me out in the comments, why would Dre get in the car with Rodriguez? He doesn't have the bracelet on anymore, so, you know, I don't know. It seemed like she reached out to him. I know he was like, you know, leave me alone, you know, why you harass me and stuff like this. But Dre needs to die. Everybody is dying except for the people I want. Dre needs to die. I mean, he is just a troublemaker, snake in the grass. Just, you know, loser in my opinion. You know, he tries to act all hard, but, you know, when his daughter comes, my daughter, you know, it's like, you know, I understand that's your daughter. I mean, that's gonna be anybody's soft spot, but I mean, come on, bro, you putting on this hard exterior figure, you know, trying to portray this persona that you just that man, and you are really just not that man. You're a grifter, you're a snake in the grass. And I really get annoyed, you know, with your character or whatever. Now, I also, like, I was talking about that before with Tasha and Ghost. I do like when she was like, you know, nigga, please, when he showed up at the daycare and she, you know, he was trying to, you know, get Tasha to come to the store, not to the store, but to the school to talk about Tariq or whatever. And, you know, Ghost was like, yeah, you know, somebody has to look after our son. It has to be one of us. So you're right. She's like, no, like, nigga, please. But what is up with the teacher? You know, what is he trying to do? What's going on with him? We know that Tariq put the drugs in his car or whatever in the last episode or the episode prior to that. So I'm really interested in seeing how that's going to play out. Now, when Dre had gave the tip to Jason or whatever, when he was in the bar making that phone call, was that a payphone? Because I didn't even know. I mean, I just haven't seen one in a long time. Maybe it wasn't a payphone inside of a building. Maybe it was just some type of private phone. But, you know, initially I went back just trying to see exactly, you know, what that was. And Ghost, I really don't, I mean, I don't really like any character right now. Everybody is shady. But him calling the cops on Tasha, I mean, that's just dumb, dude. Like, I understand you don't want Tariq out there pushing drugs. I get it. But at the same time, don't create more of a mess than you are. I mean, like, look, I'm sure you want to look after Tariq, but what if you end up going to jail and Tasha ends up going to jail? Then Tariq is just going to be by himself. And you're fueling that fire by calling the cops or whatever, just saying, hey, they're selling drugs out of a daycare. I mean, like, come on, dude. What is your end game here? I don't know. I just don't understand that. Now, this is interesting right here. We got 2-Bit and Spank that get arrested because Dre is the one that gave the tip to Rodriguez about the warehouse. They went to the daycare and there was nothing there. The dude said it was clean, but so then they end up going to the warehouse. Now, I don't think Spank and 2-Bit should just jump to a conclusion just because they saw Tommy and, they're emotional, they're upset right now. I would be upset too if I got arrested. But something that bothers me about the show is the other guy, the black dude that got shot by Dre in the episode prior to that, like the episode before the last, where there's no aftermath there. I mean, like, what did they do with the body? Can we see 2-Bit and Spank, their reaction to it or something like that? Oh, no, we're down another man. I mean, there was just no, like, line of dialogue there, so that was just kind of, like, annoyed me right there. And then we got Dre trying to come up with, like, his own little crew or whatever. I was saying before, the dude's a grifter. I don't know, I feel like he's just trying to fill some giant hole of insecurity or something like that. I just don't, I mean, like, Dre needs to die. I don't like Dre. Nobody does. Everybody wants, Dre to get wiped out. He's an annoying character. And somebody else that's really annoying to me is this Q character, this Q dude that's like super duper thirsty for Tasha. Like, you need me and I'm gonna help you. Wow. I'm like, bro, get out of there, man. I mean, yeah, Tasha gave you a little something at the end or whatever, but she's just desperate too, bro. You're coming on too strong, sounding like a psychopath, like you're just, it doesn't make no dang sense. Just like Tasha said, like, bro, you don't know me, so like, why are you so, I mean, I don't know. You popped up at the daycare or whatever, you say you put out your 2 cents or whatever, but just kind of after that, the dude just seems like a crazy lunatic. I don't like him. I think he should go away too. I don't know, I don't like Ghosts, but Dre and this Q dude that's just thirsty for some affection, you need to get out of there, man. I'm not a fan of this, and I'm just not. Now, after Ghost kills Tommy, I did not know that the guy, I'm finna say the elevator guy or the bouncer, just the security at that building, I didn't know that Ghost had paid him off. Seemed like he gave him a nice few stacks and had a plan. And I love the way they set up Dre or whatever. I love it. I don't know how Dre got away. Doesn't make sense to me. I mean, there was at the top floor. I don't know if he has Batman wings and glided off the building or something like that. That memory cloth from Batman Begins. Or was that The Dark Knight? Was it? Yeah, it was one of those movies. I can't. Batman Begins, Dark Knight. Batman Begins. I'm sure it was Batman. It was all of the movies. He used the memory cloth or whatever, or he had some type of grappling hook. Of course, we know that didn't happen. I don't know. I mean, you go down the stairs, but that's a lot of freaking flights of stairs. And then at the same time, we heard the cops, the sirens coming, and then you had the black dude on the first floor anyway. But they got the video surveillance. But I didn't think we was gonna see Sax again. But Sax is coming through. Rodriguez went to him. They find the body of Terry Silver in the back of the car. I don't know, Ghost, maybe you had a lot of time. Maybe you should have tried to drive that car and drop it off in the ocean or the lake or something. Or I don't know, some river. Because that body's been in there for a while. We see that Sax has the phone and is going to use that for Dre. So I thought Dre was just out of there. But Dre, using his ninja assassin skills, able to sneak into people's houses and plant the phone. I'm just really interested in seeing how that's going to play out because I keep forgetting about Terry Silver. And I couldn't even remember if Ghost killed him. But, of course, he's dead right now. Now, something that really just annoyed me, Tommy, of course, after Ghost and Jason had their conflict, Tommy called, he checked the phone. Ghost called Tommy and was like, bro, what's going on, man? I thought we supposed, why are you double crossing me or whatever? But I don't get it. He's really confident that, Ghost is the one responsible for killing Lakeisha or whatever. So that's just not cool there. But of course we know that it was Tasha. And then, I like Benny. Benny coming through and, he finds out the truth, the Ghost at the club. He goes to try to confront Tony. not Tony, but Tommy. And what the hell, Benny, you cannot fight, bro. This dude just said like, yeah, and Ghost told me that you killed Proctor or whatever, and just gonna lunge for you know, all Tommy did was a little cha-cha slide to the left, and easily was able to counter that move or whatever. And it just seemed like, you know, Benny would be stronger than Tommy, but no, that was a whack ass fight right there. So the fight between Ghost and Jason was dope as hell, but the fight between Tommy and Benny was horrible. But I'm just thinking about the little girl, Proctor's daughter. What's gonna go on there? Because the little girl, Proctor's dead, so her father's dead, her mother's dead, and now her only legal guardian that we would have known that would have looked out to her is dead too. So nobody's winning here, man. Everybody's killing everybody, and this whole thing is just kind of like just freaking horrible. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I do like Sax, even though I don't like Sax, I do like his perseverance, you know, his tenacity, and, you know, him teaming up with Rodriguez. You know, they're not giving up. They are, you know, obsessed, gung-ho, going to, like, just try to put these people down. And, you know, I like that. I'm feeling that or whatever. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I also like how when Sax and Rodriguez showed up at Tasha's apartment, how she was getting all those flashbacks of how Ghost had been treating her. I like how they're doing that right there. That's pretty cool. But, you know, last but not least, you know, we have the confrontation with, not Dre, but Tariq and Ghost, you know, at the club or whatever. And Tariq is just fed up, man. He's just like, look, you know, you gave me life. You're not my father. If you touch my mom again, you know, I'll murder you myself. And, you know, Ghost is trying to come through, you know, laying his foot down, but it's just not working. It's just not working at all. And, you know, he's completely lost his son. But between those four people, Ghost, Tasha, Tariq, and Tommy, I see absolutely no way of fixing this, because Tommy is already done with the Ghost. Tommy in the last episode, or the one before that, was done with Tariq. And now he's definitely going to be done with Tasha once he finds out that he killed his woman, of course. Now, you know, Tariq is like, F you, dad. You know, of course, Tasha is trying to mold the relationship with her son, but that's only going to go so far. Ghost is mad at Tasha. Ghost is mad at, you know, Ghost is still not going to give up on Tariq completely, but, you know, Ghost and Tommy are never going to make up either. So I'm really just curious and see how this whole thing is going to play out, because everybody's just beefing with everybody. I mean, it's entertaining, but at the same time, it's such destructive entertainment. Like, I need to stop watching this show. But it was entertaining. You know, overall, I wish I would have seen more of an aftermath of emotions, you know, from everybody after Lakeisha died, and what happened to the dude that got shot by Dre in a couple of episodes ago. You know, that doesn't make sense, but I'm really interested in seeing what's going to happen in the next episode. Let me know what you thought about this episode, guys, because this stuff is crazy, man. It's just freaking crazy. But guys, that is just my opinion. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up. It will really help me out. And subscribe to the channel. Help me reach 11,000 subscribers. You can also look me up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But guys, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion.